great. So Superintendent Shea, we last spoke, there was kind of discussions of switching the district to suspending in-person learning, moving to remote learning. What was the ultimate deciding factor of closing in-person learning?
Well, it really comes down to our inability to bring in enough substitutes to cover the number of absences that we have. We had 68 employees absent today. 53 of them are because they're quarantined after been exposed to someone who has tested positive.
So what does the plan look like moving forward next week? What should parents know right now?
So the students who are in our EV online program, there's no change to what they're doing. Students who are already in a 100% distance learning model, there's no change to what they're doing. These are the students who are in the hybrid model, which means they get to come to school 2 days a week, and then they're doing distance learning 3 days a week. We're going to suspend the in-person instruction. So instead of coming to school for those 2 days, they're going to remain at home, and then they will be attending school virtually with their teachers on their cohort days.
So was this decision ultimately a combination between shortage of substitutes and updated case numbers in the district?
So the decision that we made today was a district decision, and that's because we don't believe that we can adequately staff our schools to run them safely and efficiently. However, we do have enough cases, positive cases that have come into the buildings and enough people quarantined that the regional health district is looking at us very closely, and it's probably a matter of time before they may have to have us close at least 3 of the schools in East Valley. So, but we've made the decision as a district simply because we cannot staff our schools appropriately.
What would need to happen in order to, what factors is the district looking at as far as reopening for in-person?
So because of the sheer number of staff as well as students, because we have 217 students that are currently quarantined, they'll all be able to return to school on November 30th. So we're knowing that we'll be getting the bulk of our staff back. That will ensure that we'll be able to staff our schools appropriately. What we'll have to monitor, though, between now and then is how many more people have to quarantine because they may have been exposed to someone. We'll have to monitor how many people test positive. The people that are currently in quarantine, we hope that they are able to go through quarantine, not show any symptoms, or if they go get a test, that they test negative. But if they start to show symptoms or if they test positive, then we have to start the whole process of contact tracing again, and then we may have to identify even more people to put into quarantine.
So then what does Monday look like for students because of this change?
So the kids that are in the B cohort, they normally come to school on Thursdays and Fridays. They'll just continue to do their asynchronous learning model on Monday, just like they've been doing since we started the school year. So really the only change is for the kids in the A cohort. They would normally be coming to school in person on Monday, but instead they will be staying home. They'll be getting some directions from their classroom teachers and as well as their building principals on exactly what that day is going to look like. But they're going to be connecting with their teachers virtually instead of coming and being in person.
Anything else that I should ask you about kind of where we're at that I didn't ask?
No, I think that's got it.
And so the totals, so have you received then an update on quarantine and cases since we last spoke?
So we right now have a total of 53 employees in quarantine, and we have 217 students in quarantine. And that would be since November 2nd. There have been 13 positive cases of either employees or students testing positive for COVID-19. And then we have 53 staff members in quarantine, 217 students.
Okay.
That's the
thank you
numbers
so much.
as of 2:30 this afternoon.
Okay, perfect. And that 13 positive cases has not changed.
No.
We expect maybe to see an increase in those numbers after contact tracing this weekend.
I don't know that we'll see an increase in positive cases through the contact tracing. What we have to wait for is all of these folks that have been exposed to the person who was positive. Do they start to show symptoms, or do they go and test positive? Right now, with the county numbers being as high as they are, we've anticipated that our numbers would increase as well, and that's what they've done. So,
all right. Well, thank you very much, Superintendent. I appreciate you again making the time to chat with me.
absolutely, I had to make it up to you.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that does it for me. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
Okay. Have a safe drive up north.
Thanks. Bye.